Mr. President, my dear friend, I'm glad that we continue with this good tradition of our personal meeting in the beginning of a new year, when we overview what happened in the past and we outline the plans for the future. Especially, it's a symbolic day according to the Chinese calendar. Today, the spring is coming, after which the cold weather is going away and the new cycle in nature is emerging. And for the Russia-China relations, we can confidently say this: any season is a springtime. And I would like to personally congratulate you and the entire friendly Chinese people on the new year of 2026 and the upcoming holiday of the springtime. The year of the Red Horse is coming up, that is going to be vigorous and is going to be moving forward, which is reflected in the ties between our countries. No matter what the international political climate is, we continue to consistently develop our relations. I believe that we managed to celebrate in May in Moscow and in September in Beijing the 80th anniversary of the victory in World War II. We were together on these days, and it showed the entire world that there is solidarity and willingness to defend the historic truth and preserve the memory of the heroic deeds of the peoples of our countries that restored the peace on the planet. We maintain dialogue in the field of the atomic energy. We continue to develop projects in the space exploration, among other things. The volume of trade of the agricultural produce grew by more than 20%, and we're also satisfied with the rate of the humanitarian exchanges. We held cultural years. We held more than 400 events, and it generated a lot of interest in both countries. And this is not the limit. And just recently in Moscow and other Russian cities are going to celebrate the Chinese New Year. It has become a good tradition for us as well. Foreign policy relations between Moscow and Beijing is an important stabilizing factor. We are ready to continue the close coordination on global and regional matters, both bilaterally and on all possible multilateral platforms, the UN, BRICS, Shanghai Cooperation Organizations, and others, where Russia and China playing a key role.
A joint warning from Washington's two biggest rivals. China and Russia are now openly cautioning President Trump against any military move on Iran, saying such action would shatter global stability and drag the world toward confrontation. From Beijing to Moscow, the message is coordinated and blunt. The era of unilateral U.S. force must end. After high-level talks in Beijing between China's top diplomat Wang Yi and Russia's security chief Sergei Shoigu, both sides vowed to defend true multilateralism. China's foreign ministry said the two powers will uphold the UN-centered international order and oppose what it called the law of the jungle politics practiced by Washington. The timing leaves little doubt. This is aimed directly at Trump's Iran threats. Iran, China, and Russia are preparing joint naval exercises in the northern Indian Ocean next month, a powerful show of solidarity. The drills follow reports of expanded security cooperation, intelligence sharing, and defense coordination since Iran's conflict with Israel last year. For Tehran, Beijing has become an economic lifeline and now an emerging security partner. President Trump says he prefers a deal, but pairs diplomacy with intimidation. From Mar-a-Lago, he boasted that the biggest, most powerful ships in the world are now near Iran, warning that if talks fail, the outcome will be decided by force. He calls it leverage. Beijing and Moscow call it brinkmanship. Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, has answered with defiance. He warned that any U.S. strike would ignite a regional war, dismissing American naval moves as nothing new. He said the Iranian nation will not be intimidated, rejecting Trump's attempt to frighten Tehran into submission. Still, the U.S. buildup is unmistakable. The USS Abraham Lincoln Strike Group, multiple destroyers armed with Tomahawk missiles, and roughly 15,000 American troops are now positioned across the region. Washington says it's deterrence. China and Russia say it's preparation for war. For years, China kept Iran at arm's length. No longer. Sanctions have tied Tehran's economy to Beijing, and now security ties are tightening as well. Russia, locked in its own standoff with the West, sees Iran as a frontline partner against U.S. dominance. Together, they are drawing a red line for Trump. The battle over Iran is no longer just Washington versus Tehran. It is now Washington versus a bloc led by China and Russia, armed with warships, markets, and diplomatic veto power. Trump says strength will force a deal. Beijing and Moscow warn strength could spark a global rupture. The next move may decide not just Iran's future, but the balance of power in the 21st century.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.